Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesigndetectives.com. Well, a few videos ago we showed you how to do this sort of header here that scrolls up and sticks to the top. Today we're going to show you the opposite end of the scale. If you look at the bottom of this page when I roll down, I've got a footer that's a sticky footer at the bottom. It's going to reveal itself as the page rolls up, just like that. When they roll back down, it's going to cover that footer up. Really nice little eye-catching feature, really easy to do, no coding involved in this today at all. So let's get started. I'm going to go down to the theme builder. Anybody that doesn't know how to get there, dashboard, down to Divi, and there's theme builder right there. I'm going to delete the global footer that I've got there. Save those changes. We'll go back to our page and refresh. And it should be back to the default footer right there, just like that. Great. Well, let's build our footer. I'm going to go ahead and build it on a page right here. Then we'll move it over to the theme builder. So I'm going to enable my visual builder. Roll down to where we want to work. It doesn't matter too much because I'm going to save this to the library, but I may as well put it on the bottom. That's the effective end of the page there. That's the default footer with the archives, categories, and a little bottom bar there. So I'm going to add a new section. I'm going to make it a regular section. I'm going to keep mine fairly simple. I'm going to add 2 columns to mine. Here in my first column, I'm going to put a blurb module. Put whatever your title wants to say out there. And for the image, I think I'll put my little logo in there. There it is right there. Fantastic. And then just make a little icon list under there. Now, before I go any further, let's give this a bit of a colored background. I'm going to go into the row. I'm going to go into the column that it's in, to background, and let's choose, well, we'll choose a black. But I'm going to click on the color field and take that opacity down, so when we put an image or something in the background there, we can see it through there. About 60-61% will do me. Fantastic. And while we're in the column, let's go over to design. I'll just give it a bit of breathing room in spacing here. I'm going to give it 30 pixels all around. Just put in the 30, it'll put in the pix. Hit the chain, it'll do the opposite side. And we'll do the same for left and right. Fantastic. And while we're here, let's give it some rounded corners. I'm going to make mine 20 pixels. Fantastic. Well, let's save our changes there. Back to the row. I'm going to go back to this blurb module, make that writing light so we can see it over in design, text. Just flip that from dark to light. Fantastic. And now I'm just going to add my telephone number and a couple of details underneath. So let's add another little blurb module. We'll do a little icon list for this. Don't want any content. This is going to be my telephone number. We'll say fantastic. I'm going to use an icon for this. Let's find a phone. There we go. I'll use that one. Back over in design, image and icon. I'm going to pop that on the left-hand side here. I'm going to take it down in size. And that's about where I want it. Something like that. Yeah, let's make it orange in color. It'll stand out against that dark background. And the text, again, we want to make that light in color. So if we close that image and icon, there's the text. If you want to line it up a bit more, that's the title text right there that we're using. We can adjust the actual line height itself to move it up and down centrally within that little icon there. So when you're happy, just leave it where it is. Now I'm going to copy that a couple of times. A little bit too far away from me. Let's get rid of these. I'll leave one in there. Let's go into our top one. We'll adjust the spacing over in design and spacing. Let's maybe give it 10 pixels on the bottom, margin wise. That'll tighten them up a bit. That works for me. Great. Now we've got the correct spacing. We can trash that one on the bottom and we can recopy this one and they'll all have it. This one I'm going to make into a fax. Now I guess we better change that number up a little bit. Faxes are quite often just one number different. And this last one, we'll put a little email address in there. And we'll change out that little icon for an email. Great. And my little logo at the top there, a little bit too big. Let's go back in here. We'll go to design, image and icon. Here's the width. Let's take that down a little bit in size. Well, I think I'll have it left aligned with that text there. Fantastic. Then over on this side, I'm just going to put a simple call to action button with a button that links to perhaps a contact form. So let's use a call to action. I'm not going to adjust the text or anything there. Say, reach out today. I'll move this over, see what's going on. And for the button, I'm going to say contact us. And the button's not going to show up till we put a link in that's just down below here. I'm going to put a quick link in there. There's our button. Now let's just make this similar color and similar size to the one next door. So still under content, we've got a background. Make it that dark. We're going to drag the opacity down to, I think, 61 we use for the one next door, something similar. There we go. And we'll round off those corners, make it a bit deeper. So in spacing, let's try. Got a feeling I used 130 on the top, similar on the bottom. No, that was way too much. 120. Getting there. I may have put a different amount of content in here. Let's try 15. That'll work. And let's give it the same rounded corners, which I used 20 pits for. Great, so that's a sort of fairly simple footer with a bit of stuff there. We've got the main things, which is our logo, a little statement, numbers, and a button for the contact form. Make it a little bit more interesting. I'm going to go into the section itself, the blue tab there. Let's add an image background. I think that's what I used before. Obviously, use whatever works for you. One of those crazy night cafe images. I'm also going to put a colour in, and I think I'll blend it with this colour here, because at the moment it's okay, but once I blend it with this colour, the writing, everything will stand out a bit more. So once we put a colour in there, you can go back to your image, roll down, background image blend. I'm going to switch it from normal to multiply, which will multiply it with that blue colour there. To me, I think that stands out nicely there. Okay, now we want to make this sticky so it stays where it is, and we want to make sure that this other content rolls on top of it. So to do that, let's go back into our section here. I'm going to go over to Advanced. I'm going to go to Scroll Effects. I'm going to say Sticky Position, Stick to Bottom. It's sticking to the bottom there, and as you can see, that content on top is actually rolling behind it. I don't want that. I want it to roll in front of it. To make that happen, we've got to change the Z index. So let's close up the scroll effects and we'll go to position just above it. Here's the Z index. Take it down to a negative value so that it's behind everything else. You can slide it down till it starts seeing a negative number. We'll try that. As you can see now, it's rolling down on top of it when it's sticky like that. Just to make sure it's got similar, if I roll over the Z index, get the icons up, there's a little pin icon there. Make sure it's the same setting when it's sticky. If you go on the pin, it is 50 minus 52 there. That's going to work fine. Great. Well, that's going to be working for us. So let's save our section settings there. I'm going to import it into my builder. I'm going to hit my little purple button. I'm going to go to back end mode there. Roll down to our little section. Right here, call to action and blurb. I'm going to save this section to my library now. Let's call it footer. I'm going to save it to the library. Once it's saved to the library, I can delete it. Now if we save our changes now and exit the visual builder, go down the bottom, it's not going to be there. So let's put it on every page. To do that, I'm going to go to my theme build. As I mentioned before, go down to your dashboard, go down to Divi, and then theme builder. I'll take you to this page right here. There's a header we created the other day. I'm going to hit add a global footer. I'm going to build a global footer. I can't add it from the library because I didn't save it as a footer item. So I'm just going to add it as a regular section. I'm going to click anywhere up here. There's my little blue button to add a section. I'm going to add from the library. If we roll down, there's the one I did earlier. Here's the one we just done, the footer. Popped it in there nicely. I can delete the top section, don't need that. We can save our changes there. X out up the top right here. Make sure that everything's saved on our page here. Now if I go back and refresh this page, that generic archives and categories will be gone, so will this little bottom bar, and our new footer should show up. And there it is. And if I roll back up and roll down, you'll see that it's revealed when we get to the bottom of the page there. And you can roll over, you can contact us. Roll back up the page, it's going to disappear again. And of course, this is going to be on any page. There's the gallery page. Again, when I get to the bottom of the page, it's right there. Home page. Roll on down. And again, you've got that sticky footer on the bottom. Very simple example, but a nice little feature to have on your website. So there you go, guys. There's how to create a sticky footer that reveals on scroll. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.